What is up, my viewers? Spang here, bringing you a short PSA on comparing the three most common Tier 8 premium heavy tanks. So I'm going to start off right off the bat with the KV5. As you can see, it has the most health of any Tier 8 premium, and it is also the cheapest. It's got good armor. It has the best armor of any of the Tier 8 heavies, and therefore it bounces a lot of shells. Now, there are some weak points, like if you know in the picture that little turret right there, yeah, if they shoot that, you're taking damage. So it got its weaknesses. But it's also, again, the most heavily armored, the most health. Think of it kind of like as the mouse or the E100 of the Tier 8 heavies. The downside, it's gun. You only get 176 penetration, which isn't that much. You only do 300 damage, but it does have a good rate of fire. So in a Tier 8 versus Tier 8 heavy brawl, the KV5 is probably not going to come out on top, but Tier 7 and lower, it will probably just take everything out. Again, it's got survivability, is what it has, but it doesn't pack that much of a punch. Now we're going to the opposite end of the spectrum here, kind of. The T-34, middle of the road. It's just slightly cheaper, 500 gold cheaper than the Lowe. It's got the least amount of health of any of the Tier 8 premium tanks. And it also has the worst body armor, the hull armor of any of the Tier 8 premium tanks. But it does have the best turret armor. So if you're in positions like firing ports or on inclines where only your turret is showing, chances are pretty good you're going to bounce those shells. So the T-34 really is about positioning. I mean, if you've seen my previous videos, you really know that, because I played the T-34 a lot back when it was a Tier 9, and I still play it as a Tier 8. So T-34, definitely a survivable tank if you play it right. But this is the T-34 strength. It packs the most punch of any of the Tier 8 heavies. It has the most damage and the most penetration. Sadly, you pay for that in rate of fire, but shot for shot, you will be doing the most damage, and you have the better chance of hurting everything. So T-34 is a bit trickier to play. You got to play it a bit smarter, but I like it because I like having big guns. I mean, that's kind of my play style. And here we have the Lowe, the most expensive of the Tier 8 heavies. Middle of the road, kind of. It's got the second highest health, just below the KV5. It's got a decent speed. It's got decent armor. Its armor isn't anything too special, but it has nice slants. There is a little flat part right on the front that almost anything can get through because it's just 120 flat. So it bounces shells okay, but at the same time, it's no KV5. And so now I'm going to look at the gun here. Again, 320 damage, just a little bit more than the KV5. You get a rate of fire increase. 234 pen, not as high as the T-34, but at the same time, Lowe is middle of the road. The Lowe is the middle of the road. If you want a decent Tier 8 that performs well overall, get a Lowe. If you want something that has survivability, get the KV5. If you want something that really packs a punch, just get the T-34. Especially considering the T-34, you get hull down somewhere, hide your hull, only expose your turret. Chances are pretty good you're going to be making some people hurt. And basically that just covers the three most common Tier 8 premium tanks. There is the Super 6. I call it the Frankenstein. It's the M6 premium tank that people got with a promo code, but you can't buy that, so I'm not going to go into it. Anyway, if you like this video, click that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. And I hope this PSA was informative, and I am signing off.